How the wealthy hide every asset they own isn't just about secrecy, it's about strategy. While most people think wealth is tied to how much you own, the truth is the rich do the exact opposite. They build layers, shields, and invisible structures to keep their money safe. And today, we're breaking down exactly how they do it, and how you can too. Number 1. Properties in your name equals lawsuit magnet. Owning property in your personal name exposes you to significant legal risks. If someone sues you, your assets become easy targets. For example, if you're a landlord and a tenant gets injured on your property, your personal savings, home, and investments could all be at stake in a lawsuit. Wealthy individuals mitigate this by holding properties through legal entities like limited liability companies, LLCs, which act as a legal buffer. If a lawsuit arises, it targets the LLC, not the individual, helping to isolate personal assets from business-related liabilities. Number 2. Rich people use land trusts. Land trusts allow property ownership to remain private. When a property is placed into a land trust, the name on the public record is the trustee, not the actual owner. This keeps the beneficiary's identity out of public databases. For instance, Disney used land trusts and shell companies to quietly acquire land in Florida before announcing Walt Disney World. Had they purchased everything in Disney's name, prices would have skyrocketed. Land trusts are legal, discreet, and effective in maintaining anonymity. Number 3. Tax perks of owning. Through an LLC, utilizing an LLC for property ownership doesn't just protect assets, it saves money. LLCs enjoy pass-through taxation, where income is only taxed once at the owner's level, rather than being taxed twice like a corporation. Plus, LLC owners can deduct a wide range of expenses: property maintenance, insurance, depreciation, and even travel related to the business. A wealthy person with 5 rental properties under separate LLCs can claim individual expenses and reduce their total taxable income significantly. Number 4. Obscurity is the first layer of asset protection. Keeping your name off property and business ownership records is the first layer of defense. The less visible your assets are, the harder they are to target. This isn't about being sneaky, it's about being smart. Take Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. He structured ownership through multiple private entities, making it nearly impossible to trace full ownership back to one person. This strategic invisibility isn't hiding, it's shielding. Number 5. The power of a holding company. A holding company owns other businesses and assets without being involved in day-to-day operations. For example, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is a holding company that owns dozens of subsidiaries. By placing businesses, investments, and real estate under one umbrella, the wealthy control vast empires while minimizing exposure. If one business fails or gets sued, the other assets remain untouched because they're legally compartmentalized. Number 6. Anonymous ownership is safety. Privacy can be a form of protection. Wealthy individuals often use nominee directors or shareholders, people who legally act as representatives but don't own the company. Offshore entities like companies registered in the British Virgin Islands or Delaware, yes, Delaware counts, provide high levels of confidentiality. This makes it difficult to link assets to the real owner. In 2016, the Panama Papers revealed how some of the world's richest people use these structures to hide wealth. Not illegally, but effectively. Number 7. Real estate in your name is an income trap. If you own income-generating property personally, you're setting yourself up for both tax and legal headaches. For example, if you make $50,000 in rental income but own the property in your name, it all gets added to your personal tax bracket. But if it's under an LLC, you may deduct operating expenses and pay less. Also, if a tenant sues, they sue you directly, not the entity. Structuring ownership correctly is not a luxury, it's protection. Number 8. How the rich borrow without using their name. Wealthy individuals often leverage assets they own without revealing their names. They use their LCs or trusts to borrow against stock portfolios, real estate, or other assets. These are called non-recourse loans, where lenders accept the asset itself as collateral, not the borrower's personal guarantee. Take Elon Musk. He's borrowed billions against Tesla stock, allowing him to access cash without selling his shares or paying capital gains taxes. Number 9. Divorce-proofing assets strategically. Divorce can be one of the most financially devastating events, especially without a plan. The rich use strategies like prenuptial agreements, irrevocable trusts, and separate legal entities to protect their assets. For instance, placing assets in a trust before marriage can make them legally separate property, inaccessible during a divorce. This doesn't mean planning for failure, it means protecting what you've built, just in case. Number 10. Passive ownership through LLCs. Limited liability companies enable people to be passive owners of high-value assets without being involved day-to-day. Suppose you invest in a property group, but don't want your name on anything public. You can invest through an LLC, collect income, claim tax deductions, and maintain your privacy. The wealthy love this setup because it offers the benefits of ownership with none of the exposure. Number 11. Charging order protection states. Some U.S. states like Wyoming, Nevada, and Delaware offer powerful asset protection through something called charging order protection. This means if someone sues you and wins, they can't seize your LLC's assets directly. They can only wait and hope the LLC pays you something in the future. It discourages lawsuits and buys time for negotiation or settlement. The rich strategically form their companies in these jurisdictions for maximum defense. Number 12. Secret wealth transfers with land trusts. A little-known trick is using land trusts to transfer property ownership secretly. You can assign the beneficial interest of a land trust, essentially transferring the real value, without any record appearing in public databases. This is useful for estate planning, inheritance, or business transitions. For example, a parent can transfer property to their child through a land trust without the local assessor raising taxes due to a sale. Number 13. Avoiding asset-based discrimination. When people know you have money, everything becomes more expensive. Prices go up. Loan terms change. People treat you differently. By keeping your wealth invisible, the rich avoid being judged or overcharged based on their assets. Whether they're buying land, negotiating a contract, or applying for permits, privacy ensures fairer treatment. This tactic isn't just smart, it levels the playing field. Number 14. Smart flexibility with LLC partnerships. LLCs aren't just for solo entrepreneurs, they're perfect for partnerships. You can tailor ownership shares, profit splits, and management responsibilities however you want. This flexibility allows multiple investors to pool resources while protecting individual interests. For example, two friends can buy a property together via an LLC where one owns 70% and the other 30%, each receiving their proportional profits. And if something goes wrong, the LLC protects both parties from personal liability. The strategies employed by the wealthy to protect and grow their assets are rooted in legal structures, anonymity, and strategic planning. They don't scream, "I own this." They whisper through layers, paperwork, and trusts. While most people keep assets in their name and remain exposed, the wealthy treat ownership like a chess game, always thinking 3 moves ahead. But here's the good news. You don't need to be a millionaire to start. Forming an LLC isn't expensive. Learning about trust doesn't take years, even if you're just starting to build your wealth. Setting up the right foundations today means you'll sleep better tomorrow. It's not about hiding wealth. It's about managing it wisely.